Hello friends, this video on capacitors and capacitance part 27 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 26 before going ahead with part 27.
Now we will look at certain problems where you have infinite number of capacitors arranged in a circuit, however in the same pattern. So if I ask you to calculate the equivalent capacitance of this circuit, how do you think will you be able to calculate? Because you don't know the exact number of capacitors in the circuit. So what approach do we follow here? In this case, one important observation is that the pattern of the arrangement of the capacitor remains the same. So if you look at it, this portion gets repeated over and again, infinite number of times. So these two capacitors are arranged and that is how the pattern keeps repeating itself. So what approach do we follow here? In this case, what we do, we assume that the equivalent capacitance is, we assume some value of equivalent capacitance. For example, here I have assumed that Ceq is the equivalent capacitance of this entire circuit. So if I make such an assumption, that would mean when there is an infinite circuit, when there is a circuit with infinite such combination, if I remove one combination from that will not make much difference, right? If you have infinite number of balls in a bucket, if I remove one ball out of that, even then you will say that there are infinite balls in the bucket, right? So when you have huge number of certain things and if you remove one or two out of it, that will not make much difference. So similar is the case here. I assume that the equivalent capacitance of this entire circuit is Ceq. So that means the equivalent capacitance of this entire circuit except this first part is also Ceq, right? It is all one and the same thing. So I draw this circuit in my own way. Let us say this is capacitance C, this is capacitance C, and this is capacitance C equivalent. So basically what I say that the equivalent capacitance of this entire circuit can be replaced by a single capacitor which is having the value as the equivalent capacitance of the circuit. So we get this circuit, and now do you think that you will be able to calculate the equivalent capacitance of this circuit? Yes, right? So let us see how do we calculate the equivalent capacitance of this circuit. So now if we look at this circuit, this is C, and this is C equivalent, right? So this circuit, we see that this particular capacitance C and C equivalent, they form a parallel combination, right? So these two form a parallel combination and then they are in series with this C, right? So C and C equivalent form a parallel combination. Let us call their equivalent capacitance as C dash. So C dash will be equal to C plus C equivalent. So we can draw an equivalent circuit of this. This is C and this is C dash, right? So this is C and this is C dash. So now if I ask you to calculate the equivalent capacitance of this circuit, what it would be? It is simple. C and C dash are in series. Therefore, C and C dash form a series combination, right? So therefore, I say that the equivalent capacitance of the circuit will be equal to 1 by C plus 1 by C dash. Now, what is C dash? C dash is nothing but C plus C equivalent. So we solve this equation now. That is 1 by C equivalent is equal to C into C plus C equivalent, C plus C equivalent plus C. That is C into C plus C equivalent is equal to C equivalent into 2C plus C equivalent. So this gives C square plus C into C equivalent is equal to 2C into C equivalent plus C equivalent square. That is, we get an expression like this: C equivalent square plus C into C equivalent minus C square is equal to 0. So this is in the form of a quadratic equation, right? This is in the form of an equation of this form, that is, if let C equivalent is equal to X. That will help you to solve it easily. So you can write it as X square plus CX. I'm sorry, this is not C. Instead, this would be 3C. So this will be Cx minus C square is equal to 0. So this is nothing but your simple quadratic equation of the form Ax square plus Bx plus C is equal to 0, where x is equal to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So using this, you can calculate the value of x, and x is nothing but C equivalent, that is the equivalent capacitance of the circuit, right? So this is the approach which we will follow when we have to calculate the equivalent capacitance of a circuit, which is an infinite circuit with the same pattern repeating itself over and again. Now let us look at yet another type of problem which is based on the concept that capacitor blocks direct current. This is an important thing to remember, that capacitor never allows direct current to pass through it. It only allows alternating current to pass through it. Why is it so? That's because capacitor offers infinite impedance to direct current. What is impedance? Impedance is a kind of resistance. I think you have not learned about all these things now. When you learn about resistor, capacitor as well as inductor, after that level you will come to know about what is impedance. So as of now, you just remember that since impedance is a kind of resistance, so since capacitor offers infinite impedance to direct current, therefore direct current cannot pass through a capacitor. You look at this problem, that will make it even more clear. Let us suppose we have this circuit where we have 4 resistors and 4 capacitors and a voltage source of 10 volts. Each capacitor has a capacity of 3 microfarads. Calculate the quantity of charge on each capacitor. So now if you look at this, look at the circuit ABCD. In ABCD, what is the total resistance of the circuit? Because ABCD is the direct circuit for this. Now, when current starts flowing from this, it reaches here. So the current reaches here. Now it has 3 options. It can go this way, it can go this way, it can go this way, right? But since direct current is blocked by capacitor, so the current will not flow here. So the current will not be allowed here. So the current will go, the entire current will go here, right? So the flow of current takes place only in the circuit ABCD. So in ABCD, the total resistance is 4 plus 1 ohm, because this is one resistance and this is another resistance. So the total resistance in ABCD is 5 ohms. And what is the total current flowing through this circuit? That is I, which we don't know. So we will calculate. And what is the voltage? Voltage is 10 volts. So according to Ohm's law, what would be the current flowing through this circuit? The current will be equal to voltage divided by resistance, that is equal to 10 by 5, which is equal to 2 amperes. That means 2 amperes of current flows through this circuit. Okay, so 2 ampere is the current across AB, right? So 2 ampere, if now you consider across AB, we have to calculate the potential difference across AB, because we want to know the potential difference across this capacitors also. So across AB, what is the current flowing? That is 2 ampere. And what is the resistance? That is 4 ohms. Therefore, the potential difference V will be equal to I into R, that is 2 into 4, which is equal to 8 volts. So this is the potential difference across AB. So now once we know the potential difference across AB, now we can calculate the quantity of charge on each capacitor. Now whatever is the potential difference across AB, the same potential difference exists across this, and the same potential difference exists across this, right? And the capacitance of the capacitor is already given. So I think you can now easily calculate the value of the charge on each capacitor. That means when we look at this diagram, we can say that the potential across these two capacitors, these 2 points rather, is 8 volts. Similarly, the potential across, let me mark it as P and Q. So the potential across P and Q is 8 volts. So across P and Q, the potential is 8 volts. Now across P and Q, you have 2 capacitors, right? Therefore, potential difference across each capacitor will be equal to 8 divided by 2, that is equal to 4 volts. So this is the potential difference across each capacitor. Therefore, the charge on each capacitor will be equal to C into V, that is the capacitance into the potential difference across it. So what is the capacitance across each capacitor? The capacitance is 3 microfarads. So that is 3 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 4 volts. So that is 12 into 10 to the power minus 6 coulombs. So this is 12 microcoulombs. So this is the charge on each capacitor. So now that we have studied everything about capacitors and we tried solving many different types of problems in capacitors, I don't think you should have much issue in solving different variety of problems related to capacitor. So finally, let me point out some important properties of capacitor while discussing the numerical problems. First thing is, capacitor always blocks direct current. It passes only alternating current. So please remember this while solving problems. Voltage on a capacitor cannot change abruptly, because in order that voltage changes abruptly, infinite amount of current is needed, which is never possible in case of a capacitor. So capacitor always needs a almost constant voltage difference in order to store more and more charge. So potential difference plays a very important role between the plates of the capacitor. An ideal capacitor doesn't dissipate energy. So if a capacitor is absolutely ideal, in that case, the amount of energy which it takes while charging, when the capacitor gets charged, it stores energy in its electric field, right? It gives back the same energy in the form of power during discharging. So there is no dissipation of energy involved in case of an ideal capacitor. So this concludes your lesson on capacitors and capacitances, and this lesson is extremely important for numerical problems. So I would advise you to solve as many problems as you can. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.